And I have a request for you tomorrow. You will have to convince Jasprit to play a few more games. Okay. Even if it's instead of three,
there's gap.
Just try it.
See, tell him, look, there's an 8-day gap. So the next test is not a problem. And then after that, of course, Lords, he can't miss Lords.
Correct.
And then after that again, there's an 8-day gap.
Yeah.
So then comes to Manchester. Manchester, the ball will do all kinds of things, whether it's April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, the ball will swing in Manchester. And so so Manchester, he has to play. and then at the Oval, it's just 5 days, last day, all 5 test matches.
And you are the one who can convince.
I feel like after that, I don't have to do anything. If Jasprit, if you're watching this.
I hope he's watching this. and I basically, Jasprit, we need you. Yeah. Please play all 5.
That's the final. What do you say after that? That's the final word. I think we should wrap up this show on that note. Cheteshwar Pujara is now in our neck of the woods with us up in the commentary box. Do you miss him in the dressing room at all? Do you have a message for him?
I have a message that I'm very happy that I don't have to bowl to him, because I told him this when he was playing with me as well, that I was very happy he's in my team, because I would get bored to death to bowl to him and he would just keep batting and batting and batting. But yes, he's always been a key member of our team. I had interesting conversations with him and he's always missed in the dressing room. So yes, now hopefully he's enjoying his time in the commentary box.
Speaking of the commentary box, there is a request that's come from upstairs from Cheteshwar Pujara and Sunil Gavaskar. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you, quote unquote, they've said, Jasprit, please play all 5. Please, please, please.
That is a conversation that we'll have on another day. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to us, Jasprit. All the best for the rest of the test match.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
But someone who's constantly reinventing himself, as you've seen in the commentary box, and is now, I am told, he's now into K-dramas. He's into K-pop hearts.
Yes, with my granddaughter being very, very fond of, K-dramas and K-pop and all that, you got to keep up with the youngsters. So trying to, understand a little bit, trying to follow that, and it's actually quite interesting. Once you get the hang of it, the subtitles, etc. I mean, it is great fun, that is what it is. And along with that, remember earlier on there used to be also the dancing style called Gangnam Style.
Yes,
I've had a bit of that.
Yeah, Gangnam Style. Well, that also.
And a little bit of batting. I promise you we'll talk batting to him as well in playing 5 test matches. Michael Vaughan, Cheteshwar Pujara.
Something for him.
You've got something for him already. Okay.
Okay. Can we have a look at this?
Yeah. Okay. Michael loves making predictions, by the way, sir.
What year was that?
Border Gavaskar Trophy 21.
Have you not got the prediction that I gave for the series that was just in Australia, where I said 3-1 to Australia and it was spot on?
Don't let him.
I've forgotten that. That's a long time ago.
Where I was playing, so I would like you to autograph this. Can you be honest?
Oh dear, these players, I tell you, they have long memories.
There you go.
That's going into the Pujara household. 4-1 in the Border Gavaskar Trophy. That, of course, was the series where Cheteshwar batted so long that the guy at short leg says, I've seen you more often than I've seen my partner, right?
Yeah, it was a tough series for us. There were a lot of injuries during that series, but the way the team played in that series, it was a great team effort. And we never thought that we will end up winning that series, but eventually we won the series.
Two very different sides to Rishabh Pant's personality, and he balanced them out really well to get to that century. Let's take a look at that fantastic celebration, and even more fantastic, Sunny ji in the balcony telling him to, come on, let's see that somersault. That's why we're all here. That's the money shot. You must be really proud. We spoke about him at the end of the first innings as well. What a fantastic knock. He's coming back from virtually a life-threatening situation, but look at you there. So happy.
Yes, very, very happy. I mean, anytime an Indian does well, you feel very happy because, the passion for cricket in India. How just about in every family, I'm sure there is at least one person who, it might not be everybody, at least one person who follows the game. And therefore, to make that family happy, if you can do well, if India does well, then naturally it's a great feeling. And so to see this young kid, come back, I mean, look what had happened to him. with all those, you know, with that
Sonny,
crash.
can you explain what is that celebration? Do you know what that is?
No, this is, I think, just basically, you know, thanking the gods above.
But he had something on his eye. He kind of put us on a signal, and I mean, I was waiting for that flip as well. I was rather disappointed on commentary when he didn't produce a double flip. Knowing Rishabh, he's always going to try to improve his celebrations. But I guess your celebration's probably taken the
Yeah, well, you know what? I've got to confess that after that I came here, and I tried not to do the backflip, no chance of at my age, but I used to do the backstand. And I was looking to do the backstand, so if I could do it successfully then I would have showed it here, but I wasn't able to.
मेरे साथ सनी भाई थे तो stupid से superb आया था तो क्या फीलिंग है?
आई थिंक फीलिंग तो वही है जो आपको इस समय आई थिंक बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि आप अपनी खामियों पे वो करते हो एंड जो आपके सेटबैक होते हैं उसको कम बैक में आप चेंज करते हो. वही वाला थॉट प्रोसेस था कि ठीक है मैंने भी कुछ करा होगा ऐसा बट लकीली मैंने उसको चेंज कर पाया हार्ड वर्क करके फोकस करके और थोड़ा डिसिप्लिन रख के क्रिकेट पे. तो वो बहुत एक्साइटिंग था मेरे लिए.
But talk us through the characters of Jasprit, Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj. How much confidence does it inspire when the red ball is in their hand for you on field, just knowing that they can get the job done?
Look, whenever they are bowling with an intent to get the batter out, no matter what kind of pitch they are bowling on, and that's the right approach because there are times where you are bowling on a slow pitch where it's slightly easier for a batter to just bat through. If as a bowler, when you are on top of your mark, if you believe that you can get a batter out, then you can, because there is a different energy when they are bowling and when they are running in, and the batters can feel that because it's not how you bowl, but it's what your intent is as a bowler. And both of them were quite aggressive with the support of the fielders as well, because when you are creating that energy, there's a lot of pressure because there were a lot of fielders around the batters, and they were under pressure and they collapsed under pressure. But the credit goes to the bowlers because they came out with that fire within them and they showed that what they are capable of.
At that stage, the way they were bowling, would you have actually liked to face them?
No, of course not.
I was very happy I was in the commentary box.
Music to their ears. He said, just play as straight as possible. Play straight, leave. That's the big difference between the KL Rahul we saw here in 25 and KL Rahul on some earlier tours. He used to get bowled in LBW a lot. So let's see if you can spot a difference between what KL Rahul was doing in 2018 and what he's doing now in 2025. There's a lot of bowls in LBWs. 7 out of 9 were bowled or LBW then.
If you look at the way he's taking his guard, he's just moving towards middle stump, and earlier it looks like he was going across to off stump, trying to cover all his stumps. Here you can still see his off stump, so he's much more balanced. He knows that he's expecting the balls to come in, and he's more balanced now, because earlier most of his body weight was going outside the off stump because he was trying to cover the off stump. Now you can see his off stump, but his head is on the off stump, not outside. So that's why he's getting into better positions.
If you actually look on the left of the screen, that left foot is gone a little bit too far over.
Yes.
Yeah. If you look at the angle of the bat, they're two similar deliveries. The angle of the bat on the left is angled towards mid-on. If you look to the shot on the right, he's meeting the ball with the full face of the bat. So the plane of the bat has come down the perfect line, and that's all to do with alignment. You know, that batting stand looks like he's probably an inch or so more to the leg side, which allows him to do that. This is what you have to do as a test player. You work it out, and he'll have done that. He'll have watched the screen, he'll have studied himself, he'll look at that one on the left and go, that's a bit vulnerable, I'm too far over, my head's gone with it. And now in this innings in particular, he had the perfect technique, the perfect alignment. It's the key to batting at the highest level. Can you align yourself to the different angles that come to you? And yesterday he put on a masterclass of technical brilliance.
Yeah. Also, I do remember because we were playing in Australia. In Australia, you try and cover your off stump, but in England you can't do that. So that tour was, I think, after the Australia tour, where we went to Australia first, then we came to England. And that's when everyone was trying to cover the off stump, and then they realized that you can't cover the off stump in England because you still get bowled out, or you still get LBWs in England.
It's a problem. I had a problem like that in my career where my left foot would go over. Zach Crawley's had a problem like that. And last night I watched Zach Crawley and it was the first time for a long time. You look at what Matt Henry did to him in the New Zealand series pre-Christmas. Left foot going over, LBW or bowled. It was the first time I watched that Crawley last night, and I know it was on for a few balls, but to Jasprit Bumrah, his alignment was fantastic. You know, he did get that press nice. His left foot wasn't going over. He could get his bat swing towards where the ball came. That's the first things on the left. You look at the closed face of the bat. He's expecting that ball to go on. He tried to hit it through mid-wicket, and then last night, you know, just more of a straight bat, nice and simple. And that left foot not quite going over as much, head right over the ball, and that's what he's been working hard on. He got a good 100 against Zimbabwe, and you could see that his technique was decent, but you can't judge your technique against, and I'm not disrespecting Zimbabwe, but it's not Jasprit Bumrah. When you face Jasprit, he will. If you've got a technical deficiency, he'll find it. So you have to be perfect. I thought last night he had really good, which bowls well for today. If he goes out with those same movements today, he has a chance.
We're talking about the fourth innings, and that's the matter on our hands on day 5 of this first test match in Headingley. And we're taking a look at the batting averages as some of the fourth innings masters. And take a look at who's number 2 on that list. It is Sunil Gavaskar. 59 almost is your average batting in the fourth innings. The OG opener. Take a look at that, Sunny Ji.
Oh.
Tell us, what's the secret sauce to winning when it comes to the fourth innings with the bat?
I really wish I knew.
We caught you off guard and how?
Yeah, you did, because, you know, I had no idea. Who's on top? Oh, my God.
Jeffrey Roycott.
Oh, Jeffrey. Oh, I don't know whether he's here this evening. I'd go and say hello to him because this is the last day at Leeds. But, no, seriously, I think you get a better idea what the pitch is doing, maybe. And therefore, you're in a better position to be able to adjust your game accordingly. So maybe that's the only explanation I have.
Second Test, Wednesday, 2nd July, 2:30 p.m. Watch it on TV channels of Sony Sports.